and also to be kind of honest and to pray to the compassion, the Lord of the compassion, Lord of the wisdom. May I come to realize it in these relative realities. The can go beyond the birth, old age, sickness, death, so on. And without analyze, and just carrying the ordinary mind, and just like kind of childish mind, sensitivity mind, very much fragile mind. And this fragile and confusion minds, in the front of this mind there looks like truly existence, birth, old age, sickness, death, and so on. And like the times or the periods when we born, okay, happy birthday, and living, okay, good. And then, of course, old age, sickness. We don't want to have this situation. And then there is we will impermanent is quite uncertain. And when we are a lot life spent like has run out, and we are on the point of impermanent, and who can to help? Nobody's. Nothing can stop our impermanence or the departing or the dying. Neither the medicine Buddhas cannot giving us medicine in order to prevent our disintegrate or the impermanent. Even this situation is the moment of occur. Amitabha is to come to in the front of us. How is to make the more long life? How is give the long life empowerment? And this is sometimes it's very, very funny. Maybe it's necessary times. If you can control your minds, they can do. And many in the historically, even the truth history, in my life, in the monasteries, I have one tutor. He taught me all the how to painting this tonkas. And he's my family. And I was with me many years. And he was one teacher, very much has faith, devotion. And then it's this teacher give to him like kind of when he will die. And he says, when you become the 49 years old, you will sick, you will maybe die. Maybe if you manage, and then is you can to stay a little bit longer. When you become the 60 years, nobody cannot stop, you will die. He's believed that very much. And then he became the 49 years old, and he was very much sick. And he's 1 year almost dying. But something is He made a lot of puja and make retreat and medicines. He managed it. And then he become that time is also already, when I was met, he was already like almost at 60 years. But not yet. And then one day is he saying, surely I'm going to die. Now it's like this year, the 60 years old. And then as he become the 60 years old and he start sick, feelings very strange, confusion. And we don't know really what is his sickness. But he's very, very loyalty for the monastery. He's really so much care in the monastery. And then he asked to my root teacher, you met one Rupa Kanli Rinpoche. Maybe can you give me some empowerment? He says it doesn't matter I receive long life empowerment or some other empowerment. Probably I'm going in these years. And he's laughing, yeah, maybe. His teacher is very famous. And he said like this, so. And then he said, maybe I will try offer to you the long life empowerment. And then he performed to him. And finally he stopped, make laughing, like joking. And you are quite very important for the monastery. And really without you almost at a difficult and such a benefit. He make a joke, I added your life 12 years, that's enough. And he's laughing, they both laughing. Rinpoche make joke, but his thinking is maybe he's laughed just. Then finally his conclusion ceremony is finished, and then go back. Take care, you will die. But I added 12 years, maybe you are not died. And he's getting better and better. And then he didn't die. Then of course afterwards, then Rinpoche says, he asked, why you say me like this? Really you added? Then of course he said, no, it's a liar, I don't say nothing. And he don't want to say more. Absolutely, when he became 72 years old, then impossible, he's passed away. And extreme is like this. Sometimes when you have the mastery of your, of course, a little bit necessary to make the long life. But sometimes you make a long life or not make a long life. Some in your necessary to need to depart in this world. Maybe let's kind of to go. And why you need to stop. Even you give is like, in the historically. So one prisoner, he went to like young times went in the prisoner, many years. But before he go to in the prisoner, he has a family, friend, a lot of, maybe 40 years he's prisoner, difficult to contact. When he come back, all his family is gone. No kind of relative. It's completely kind of the lonely. And all the new generations, there's one old person's come back. And maybe you have like kind of the house, something, food, clothes, nothing, but word is already gone. And then is made suicide, hanging in his own or her house. It is like this, also it's a long life. You can live 200-300 years old. All your families, friends, children, and to gone. And one person stay alone, it's just not very fun. And just better to go. And there is, you remember that the author of the 37 practice of the Buddha, the Buddhist Rinpoche. One is a Geshe, his student came, asked to him to say, if I'm die today, what I need to do? If I'm not die today, what can I need to do? If I become rich, what I need to do? If I'm poor, what can I need to do? He says, replies, if today die, doesn't matter. You early die, you can to reborn quickly. If you not die, you have a long life, it's good for you. Practice to get the more experience, to prepare for the impermanent. If you reach, good, to make some accumulation merit. Wonderful. If you are poor, also good. You don't need to care nothing. You are free. Whatever occur in your life should be happy. Like this. And what has happened is happened. And it's something there is a changing in the relative realities. There's many funny things happened. But we, our own selves, how to make happy, how to manage all these situations, how you can to deal these situations. That is the point. When you're born, how you dealt with your birth. When you are like kind of the young adult, you need many study, many preparations, how you dealt. And when you become the old age, how you can to deal with that. And then certainly maybe sick, at least 1 year. And the Buddha, he saw that it's like kind of the sick persons. And he asked the attendants, Shana, and everybody's become sick? And his attendant said, yes, my Lord, at least in your life, one sick. This sick is for the cause of the death. Like this, everybody needs sick. And like this kind of, maybe it is how we can to deal when we are sick. Of course, then it's like impermanent to start. And how we can to deal with this. And impermanence cannot to prevent or to stop by the Buddha medicine Buddha, cannot add even the Buddha Amitabha's long life, and even that cannot to make the world with the Bodhisattva or Buddha of the Vajrayanis. And standing guide over you, nobody's, and need to front of the gate. One is the moment, and need to departure. And someone says, this is your gate. Gate is opened. Inside, we don't know which kind of aeroplane, which kind of the path. There is a path, there is such a ticket, everything. But then is that moment how we have a kind of the guarantee, proof, some insurance. That is the very important. And also it is like there are such a kind of the this is uncertainties. The impermanent is like a kind of difficult to prevent, and certainly arrive. Some is impermanent, and that moment is which kind of. Also, there's many different cause. Like we can do the search at the 404 type of the different disease in our bodies. And this disease are the difficult to this disease, that disease. Sometimes when we look at the search for disease, like kind of diabetic, my sickness. And but okay, you have diabetic offer, but this sickness is still doesn't make death the process of the death. But maybe it's like there's a different type of the disease, and 80,000 different negative forced, and in the front of ours. Also, there's a 360 type of the accidented introduced for the like kind of negative force. And which one is the become the making the cause of the impermanent? Unexpectedly and unpredictably something arrived, impermanent. At that moment, how we can to deal with this situation. Sometimes we say it's like, I have problem with my husband. I have problem with my wife. I have problem with my families. I have problem with my job and the companies. This is not really big deals. we can to deal with that slowly, to find something solution. But the difficult to deal with the situation of the impermanent, how we can to deal with that? Like a kind of the wind, like the lamp said, in the middle of the blowing air, like kind of before oil is used up to take away by these blowing winds. Maybe sometimes the exhaustion of the life is not ready yet, but different type of the disease, different type of the negative force, different type of the accidents, and to make the cause of the death. And certainly it's maybe something happened, what we can to do. And also where you go, wherever we will go, there is existence of the impermanent. And also whoever we are with, impermanent is be there. And no matter which country we are lives in it, and there are the impermanent will be. And also it's like whatever we have, our own wealth and properties and positions, nothing at all to help to us. Certainly this the impermanent arrive. And since we do not know whether our later lifespan will run out today or tomorrow, next month, next year. I know one is like a person, one girl. She is beautiful, of course not my girlfriend, sorry. It is. She is really totally have faith into the Dharma. She wants to practice Dharma. And she asked to me, I want to practice Dharma really serious. She is quite okay life. But of course the parents, her family situations say, crazy, why you need to practice Dharma? To quickly marry, to create children. And we want to expect, and to work, earn money, they say. And she is a little bit very much sad, and this, I don't know, it's like a kind of, I said, yes, why not? If you have opportunities, you need to decision yourself. You know, it's like sometimes the family's friends to defend, you know, it's like to stop and to do some important things, but maybe better you decided. Since serious, it's really you ready to practice, wonderful. And she wanted to very much to practice. But of course, it's awful things, obstacles came. And certainly she accidented, and a car came across her body, and all her lower and the feet is completely smashed. And then she's passed away. It's very sad, difficult, but she has such devotion, really want to practice Dharma. And this kind of like, postponed procrastinations. This year is maybe it's okay. Next year I want to practice Dharma. And this month, this maybe is a while I cannot do practice it. And then when, how? We don't know, because our certain uncertainty, unpredictable of the impermanent, we don't know when it arrives. And therefore, a little bit urgently, quickly, to develop positive aspect, why not? And all the times carrying the distracted mind, it is not really fantastic. And in the past, and the 100 years ago, how many wonderful beings, how many wonderful peoples. But they are already gone. Those cannot, maybe they are not enlightened. And it's where they're gone, don't know. And also in another 100 years from now, every single person's now alive throughout the world will be the date. Not one of them will be left. It is the truth. We come to say in the presently, we come to say like start right now, in the future after the 100 years. Maybe it's whatever exists in the present, there's beings, maybe will disappeared, become the history. And in that perspective, also we say, I'm impermanent. And I need to do something to quickly, positive, virtue, develop compassion, to try to understand the nature of the reality, the nature of the impermanent, nature of the impermanent. And quickly, urgently, do not need to go under the laziness and deceptive our own self. You know, sometimes we are like very much deceptive ourselves, cheating ourselves. Yeah, it's okay, I will do myself. I don't know this and that. And kind of doing this and that, and something is like this and that. A lifespan is already gone. You know, in the mornings, we need to do something. Says, today I have to do this and that kind of task. I need to finish it this afternoon. So the morning is, we look at the times very early. Go outside, looks like very early. Yeah, it's okay. Maybe I will sleep a little more, a little bit relax and talk and chatting and drink coffee, talking about the politicals and enjoy it. And certainly to need to work. Watch like this, 12 o'clock. We need to quickly to make the lunch, to prepare 2-3 hours. Watch already 4 or 5 o'clock. Now we are running out to do some our task. But they certainly to check, the sun is already on the western mountain. Start like setting. And then it cannot bring back. Task is not finished. This time is nothing enough. I need to do something, sir. But then it's like this, we in the morning to be lazy. We nothing to prepare, and then in the afternoon it's very difficult. Therefore, it is better to a little hurry up. Maybe someone is the good person's early morning get up, everything to do, prepare everything. In the evening, 4, 5 o'clock, they can to rest. Yeah, I done. Someone's like kind of good persons need to do some task difficult. We've already done in the 4, 5 o'clock, relax. What does it matter, sunset? I done everything. And this kind of life is fast and there's kind of the ruin out, going out, but something did happy things in our life. It's wonderful. But of course, there is such almost that in our human societies, 99% human beings and doing such funny things. Their life, they just spend. But they're also like this. What can we do? We want to become like this? Well, why not? So we can to become like this. Pourquoi pas? Like this. And like this. Would you like to wake up me? I'm a little bit sleeping. Okay, long, yeah.
La pause. J'ai une question. Après, je te le donne, ça. I have a question about the 5 aggregate. une enseignante, je ne sais plus qui, on m'avait expliqué, un étudiant m'avait expliqué qu'une enseignante avait suggéré en se prosternant de laisser les agrégats au sol, en fait. Sûrement conceptuellement, laisser les agrégats au sol à chaque prosternation. Est-ce que vous pouvez peut-être expliquer ça?
One teacher explained me that when you are doing prostration, you have the intention of leaving your aggregates on the floor. Could you please explain that?
You falling?
When you are making a prostration, then you kind of think that you are leaving your aggregates on the floor.
Are you thinking losing? What do you say? And this is
To
not
like
5 aggregates.
Ma-
No, 5 limb. No 5 aggregates. 5 piece of 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. You 5 touch on the ground, and that time you are purified 5 disturbing emotions. It's not aggregates. Okay? Yes, sir. And other questions? Okay, Martin. Say in French, okay?
Oui. Alors, Rinpoche, est-ce que vous pourriez me conseiller un texte sur les 5 dégénérescences? Je ne le trouve pas dans le chemin de la grande perfection et je voudrais pouvoir un peu mieux comprendre.
Could you please advise a text to read about the 5 degenerations? Because I cannot find this topic in the words of my perfect teacher, and I would like to understand better.
The degeneration, yes? Degeneration.
Yes, degenerations. 5.
I mean, it's the degeneration is it's a degeneration means it's like, for example, it's like a degeneration of the negative emotion, and degeneration of the life, degeneration of the being's action, and degeneration of the time, like this. That means it's like inner disturbing emotions, more rough, more gross, more increase, and then it's like that is the like kind of we call the degeneration of the negative emotions, and also it's like according that, and then it's a life also is become more short. For example, if you have more negative emotion of the disattachment and anger and aversions, these 3 things to produce a lot of sickness, lot of damage to the body, and then it's like the life is become more degenerated, more short, more difficult situations. And then it's like also it's like a lot of polluted things, and according to the disturbed emotions, greetings, and then it's like environmental and the time and the food and everything is become the like kind of left over, or it is like polluted. That is like this. Okay, and you are under some groups they are studying degeneration. The 5 degeneration.
And the degeneration of time, what does it mean?
Degeneration time is like problem times. There is a lot of war, famine, disease, and it's like this kind of chemicals, and a lot of like kind of problems. That is the time, not really time itself. Time is like this situation. This is like periods. Time is not really existence. You can't say the degeneration. Yes, we.
It's about vocabulary. Yesterday I listened, but not carefully because I was helping for the talk. But Kempo spoke about tangible and intangible objects.
Huh?
Tangible.
Tangible, intangible.
Yes.
Okay.
And I couldn't.
Visible, unvisible. To seeable or not seeable. Tangible, intangible means it's touchable, untouchable. There's something is touchable, is I touching, I can to see. But some things there are but untouchable.
Okay. Thank you.
Tangible, we in the word my perfect teacher, there's a tangible demon, intangible demons, or like obstacles. It's our life is, as I said, is like there's 400, 300, like this, there's negative force, something. Something is the tangible obstacles, is the you can to see, give obstacles. Like tangible means you can't to see the invisible things. And there is like a spirit and like indirect things, this one, okay?
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, there's Matthew here.
Ma question, Rinpoche, c'est à partir du moment où la mort est imminente, comment être constant dans la pratique et comment s'assurer qu'après la mort, nous pourrons continuer à pratiquer.
Rinpoche, from the moment where we understand that that death can come at any time, how can we be really regular in our practice, and how can we continue to practice after death?
That is point. And this when is the moment we don't know, it is a truth. Uncertainty, unpredictable, it's a truth. To be ready to realize that, we need to do urgently, quickly. And we say it's like this is certainty, is when we will arrive, we don't know it, but still we're doing something funny things, not very much caring. And then certainly arrive, then is we cannot say how we can do. And now we have times, now we have chance, opportunity, facilities. Then we need to study, we need to prepare. And also it's a continue how we can to practice. And also it depends. After the death, next destinations, we haven't got same as the situations, 100%. You want to become this kind of situation, we need to prepare right now to have certainty next destinations. Some practitioners, they have what they want. Now I need to change my old clothes, this body. But next destination, there's already you decided where you want to go. And through that you study, through that to practice. And only recitations, prayers, it doesn't much help. Need to study, clarified your knowledge, clarified your realization, clarified your inner experience of what is the relative realities. And then maybe some in the certainty, something is you can too have knowledge. When you want to go to holiday to the Luxembourg, I never be in Luxembourg, but I'm going to holiday in Luxembourg. And I ask to maybe if don't ask, don't learn culture, areas, which kind of I need to visit, what I need to go to there. If I don't learn any artwork, go to there, maybe very much confusions. I don't know. But I can to learn here, to study. Maybe someone has already been in this Luxembourg, to say, you go to there, first there's, and there's this kind of building, there's a kind of historical, there's like kind of museum, there's you can go to a little bit kind of the map to showing. But this map is not Luxembourg, but map to a little bit like this. And then it's like also you prepare when I go to which hotel, how I need to spend. Do I have in my pocket, I have money or not? You prepare everything, then you go to there, but you never be in Luxembourg, but you have knowledge, you arrive, you remember what you studied, the map, the geographic way. And then you have a little bit happy. And I can go to there, I can go to there, I know, like this, did. And then it's like your travel is more easily like this. And also you specific to say, I want to go to there. But it's like after that we are changed, impermanent, we haven't got any idea which destinations. And it's negative emotions, what we have tendencies. This is we call the karma, wherever we brought. There we need to go there. How we can to continue to practice? Very difficult. Even to be there is which kind of condition? Human condition, animal condition, God condition, hell condition. Some is very strange conditions. When we are talking about these freedoms of the human existence, when we're talking about the 32 qualities of the human existence, and that means it's like to have the chance to practice Dharma. And this kind of freedoms very difficult to in others' destinations. And very difficult. And in this case, too early to write now, to prepare, very important, to quickly to study. And write now, and also I would to say to study. The practice things is okay. Someone's recite mantra, pray. It's good. It's, you know that this meaning of the prayer, mantra recitations follow other prayers. But you don't know these things. Sometimes a little bit hesitation is coming. And then hesitated why we are doing. And it's better to there's never appreciate. For example, when we eat, someone's like present may be very delicious, but we haven't got any enthusiasm or appetite to eat. But we forcefully to eat this one, maybe finally there's big hesitations coming. It's like it's maybe better not to eat. Like this, to pray and recite the mantras, these things is good, but more to studies. And what we are doing things to become more precise, definitive, and then is we can to arrange, and we can to continue practice. Maybe it's like we don't need to put hope to continue practice. We should to be enlightened only this single life in this moment. That is the most important. Otherwise, we don't know. Like this, okay, so nam the tamche zibanya, tamni bodana pan. Ye ga nan je valan truba ye saban solendoka.